Good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday, August the 7th, and thanks for joining us on Up to the Minute. I'm Andrea Bonner, Chair of HCC's Consumer Arts and Sciences Center of Excellence, and I'm here with Marisa Carrasco, HCC Southeast Advising Manager of Student Services, who will tell everyone how to find us on social media.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Andrea. We are live on Houston Community College District Facebook page, not HCC, and YouTube. We're also on X, LinkedIn, and HCCTV at noon, 5 p.m., 10 p.m., Monday through Friday.
Great. Thank you, Marisa. Today for Good Works Wednesday, we're discussing a series of workshops for our elderly community to review the challenges they face. We've got Liz McNeel, who's the founder of the Houston Senior Living Series, and our Good Works Wednesday guest. But first, we're welcoming HCC's Lifestyle and Culture for its regular segment to spotlight its programs. Today, we're joined by one of my favorite people, Chef Catherine Rangel, who is our Pastry Arts Program Coordinator for the Consumer Arts and Sciences Center of Excellence. So, Chef Katie, welcome back to the show.
Hello.
I've seen a lot of you this summer,
Yes.
but we're finishing up the summer session and getting ready for fall. I don't feel like we've had much of a break, but we're excited. So fall starts in less than 2 weeks. So tell us about some of the exciting things that are going on in the pastry department.
Yeah, we are wrapping up summer. One thing that some other programs may not know is for our students, summer is a 12-week session. So our students do attend the entire summer. So we've been busy, which has been good. Our classes are a little bit smaller in the summer, but it gives us some more personal time with the students. So we've really been enjoying that. As we wrap up the semester, we reset the kitchen for the fall, reset all of our toolkits and everything. But we've been following the building build out. We have a second lab coming, and that's been probably the most exciting thing, is that it's finally getting finished and wrapped up, and we're getting ready to be in there in the fall.
I'm excited about that. Yes, we've been following that, and we actually have a meeting after this call that I won't be on. But anyway, thanks for telling us about that. We're excited. So this past semester, the Culinary and Pastry departments went through a re-accreditation for the American Culinary Federation, and we're so glad that that's over. But what does that mean for our pastry program?
Yeah, so we go through a re-accreditation site visit once every 4 years. We started, I think they started in 2016, and then we had it in 2020, really like literally right after we moved into our new building. And then 2 weeks later, we all went home for COVID. And then we had it this last year in 2024. So for the site visit, we invite in some, they're kind of like judges, like site visit assessors, and they take a look at every single part of our program, you know, what we're teaching, what our online classes look like, what our face-to-face classes look like, what is our sanitation and safety, our organization, how are our students involved in campus activities and student club activities, and, you know, just kind of like showcasing what we do on a daily basis. So, it's always great to have them in because it kind of challenges us to keep pushing ourselves forward. The American Culinary Federation is the highest standard in culinary. They have all different kinds of certifications you can get, from a certified culinarian, which is what all of our culinary students leave the program at, or a certified pastry culinarian. All the way up to certified executive chef, executive pastry chef. They have master chef certifications, educator certifications. So they're kind of just the leading standard in the culinary industry for a formal certification. So we're proud that our students are a part of that, and it's important to us. And one thing that they let us know is that on our next site visit, we could be looked at for perhaps an exemplary certification, which really would set us apart and something that we're shooting for. I think they said out of 167 culinary schools that are accredited, only 20 or so have that exemplary status, and the conversation's definitely on the table for us to have that. So we're looking forward to the next 4 years of kind of cleaning everything up and keep pushing ourselves forward to try to strive for that.
Well, thank you. And Chef Christy Sykes, who did a lot for us to get us ready for that site visit. And as you mentioned, it really speaks to the quality of our programs. So our students should feel really proud that they're going to, of course, a program that's accredited. So one of the things that we really pride ourselves with is collaborating with other departments at HCC. So, some people are probably wondering, how does pastry or how does culinary partner with other departments? But one thing that you're heavily involved with is our Back to the Future. Sometimes it's hard to say that. Back to the Future collaboration and contest. So tell us a little bit about what that is.
Yeah, so some of the instructors, faculty members over at West Houston Institute reached out to me years ago to kind of work on this project, and we went through a whole bunch of ideas of what it could look like. Dr. Nazanin Hebel is one of the leaders of the project, and Dr. Lauren, I think her last name's Kierley. So we work together on this every year, and basically we get a group of students who are interested in doing this interdisciplinary project with students from other departments. So it requires for students to really take a leadership role and make the time to meet with these other departments, formulate an idea, and bring it to the finish line. So for our culinary and pastry students, they choose an item that they're very confident in, like maybe it's a sourdough baguette, for example. They say, I love making sourdough baguettes. That's what I want our project to be based around. And so the students in all the different departments, English, history, math, they get together and they create a presentation on what is the history of the baguette, what is the nutrition of the ingredients that go in the baguette, what is the social impact of the baguette. And then at the very end of the project, we have a presentation where we get together with the culinary student actually makes the baguette. We share it, all the groups, projects, the food that they create, and their presentations. And then we have a winner with bragging rights. So it's fun, and it's like I said, it involves leadership and really higher level thinking and teamwork. So we're really proud to be a part of that project.
It's really been great to see kind of how it's evolved through the years. I remember the first year and it's like, but this past year it was everybody was so involved and the presentations were great. So thank you for sharing that. So the pastry and the culinary students have a student club, which has some great activities that they participate in. They have guest speakers, they go to outings. So tell us about some of how students might go about joining the club or how to be a part of that.
Yeah, so we do like to keep it mostly it's run by culinary and pastry members. There are QR codes on the digital displays in the building that they can scan and join. And then we promote the events that we do. So like this fall, we'll be doing a pumpkin carving social, which is not with real pumpkins, it's with cake. So the cake students will be able to create their own carved pumpkin design that we can vote on for the best student design, and have some pizza, some drinks, mingle with students, really just let everybody kind of get to know each other outside the classroom environment. We've had guest speakers come in, do croissant demonstrations from industry professionals, and it's just great to kind of for them to get a different perspective and some industry spotlight and contacts. And so yeah, that's something that we'll keep doing and keep looking for people to partner with.
Great, great. And I know we mention it all the time, but HCC Pastry and Culinary is the proud home of one of the country's most well-renowned chefs, Chef Hugo Ortega. So tell us about Hugo's involvement with HCC. And I don't know how much time we have left, but give us a quick rundown on that.
Yeah, so Chef Hugo is just an inspiration to kind of for students to look at their heritage and to not put any limits on what they're capable of. Hugo has a beautiful story that he shared with us. His brother was a part of our program. They just work really hard to be engaged in the community and with students. They made a large donation to our program for scholarships. His wife sits on our advisory board just to kind of help guide our program and our students. So they're invaluable to us in our program, and we really appreciate them, being so involved.
So involved, yes. And if you visit our building, you'll see a picture of Hugo along with the QR code that tells his story, and we're so proud that he's a great partner of ours. So lastly, as we're closing out, so tell us about some of the majors that students can get when they enroll in our pastry arts program.
Yeah, so as a program coordinator, I encourage anybody who's already has feet in the program to go ahead and get an associate's degree. You're here, get an associate's degree. That's the, I think the highlight where they should strive for to leave. It takes 2 years approximately if you go full time. But aside from that, we have
classes for the fall. Any last minute thoughts to share with us? And of course, you and I could talk forever.
Yeah, come to our pumpkin carving social around Halloween. It's the week before Halloween. We're going to do it in the Learning Hub building, the Harmon building, and try to check out our food share project too, coming up soon.
Perfect. Chef Katie, thank you so much. As always, Chef Katie Rangel is our Pastry Arts Program Coordinator for Consumer Arts and Sciences, and we'll have your information in our post after the show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Up next, after our commercial break, Marisa will visit with someone who knows all about the issues of our senior community and what they're facing. So we'll see you back.
When I grow up, I want to work at a school so I can be a teacher.
From classroom to career, we're with you every step. Register for real-world education at hccs.edu.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
And we're back with Liz McNeel, speaker of the Houston Senior Leaving Series for our Good Works Wednesday guests. Welcome to the show, Liz. We're looking forward to learning more about your series. And the beauty of our segment is being able to talk about, some of the challenges that our HCC community and just our Houston community have. And when looking into your website, one of the things that you find solutions to these challenges that many mature Houston area homeowners are facing. So I hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here. First, can you tell us about yourself and why you got started with Houston Senior Living Series?
Sure. Thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate it. And I am a real estate agent in the city of Houston, the greater Houston area. And I started working with older adults, making decisions about late in life moves probably 8 years ago. And when I started that, I realized that there are so many people who don't have answers. And so I tried to find out how can I provide this information to them. And to do that, I started the Houston Senior Living Series. And I have several designations to work with older adults, but on the real estate side, but really the important thing was getting the information out to them. So I started the seminars and I attended the Senior Real Estate Institute in Oklahoma City to learn how to do that. And once I did, it just opened this floodgate of people with asking questions, wanting to know so many things that you wouldn't normally think of. What is Medicare? What's the difference between Medicare and Medicaid? I need assisted living. All of these things that I would hear, and I realized that I had to come from a place of explaining everything to them to get started. So I started the seminars and I've been doing them ever since and at different locations. And it's been very well received because it's not the same as getting online and then asking a question and then all of a sudden you have all the pop-ups and advertisement and all of that. Anyone that comes to me knows they're not going to get any advertising or anything. They're just going to get solutions. And if I don't know the answer, I find someone who does.
Exactly. And I feel at times when we look at something online, we want to believe that everything online is true. but unfortunately, there's a lot of miscommunication there. Another question I kind of want to ask is, where do you present these seminars? Is it only in Houston, or specifically what areas in Houston do you do these seminars?
Well, I have been at the University Library in Sugar Land for 6 years. It's my 6th year being there in that library. And then I've also had locations in the central Houston area. It's nice being at the library in Sugar Land because they're comfortable with me. They know anytime you present in a library, there's no sales, there's nothing, there's just information. So they're so very comfortable with me there. And when they opened up after the pandemic and started having public speaking come back into the library, I was the first person they called because they know that that's the goal, is just to get information out to people. So I enjoy that. I've been at several libraries throughout Houston, the Harris County Library System, I've been in there, and City of Houston Public Library, I've been there. And then at different senior living communities, they will have me come in and speak to different topics, whatever it may be. So I do them pretty much all over the greater Houston region.
And speaking on topics, I know earlier you mentioned about individuals asking about Medicaid, Medicare. What topics do you think are beneficial for our Houston seniors?
Gosh, there are so many that they like. And a lot of the seminars I do myself, not a lot, I shouldn't say that. I should say there are a few that I do myself because I can be the subject matter expert on them. You know, how to get rid of all your stuff, downsize, declutter. Most people are sick of those. But the other ones, the really important seminars, I bring in expert panelists, and they will come in and talk about things like, how do I tell my allies? That's what I call that. We don't say my adult children or family members, because there are many people who don't have that. So we say allies. And how do I tell my allies what I want? So I'll bring in social workers to come in and be a panelist to talk about how do you let people know exactly what it is that you want. And another really popular one is living, dying, and leaving a legacy. And how do you do that? What does legacy even mean? So I bring in elder law attorneys and, again, social workers and just different people who can really explain what those things mean. So those are some really important topics. Another one is, what is senior living? Most people don't have any idea. How does it even work? And I'll get calls saying, I need to move to assisted living. And so I start out with the question, what makes you think you need assisted living? Do you know what that is? And so that's a very important one. And it's probably one of the ones that's the most well attended, that and wills, trust, and probate. Everybody wants to know about that too. So,
and yes, of course, no, I totally understand. And you had mentioned something about organizations. What other organizations are you involved with to help your seniors?
Well, another thing that I do is I am a volunteer community educator for the Alzheimer's Association, because that's another thing that's so misunderstood and people just don't know. So anyone can be a volunteer or community educator for the Alzheimer's Association. And there's a little bit of training, but they provide the slides, that all the presentations, and then they post a list of places, that different places around the greater Houston region that would like someone to come in and talk about Alzheimer's and dementia. And so you just sign up and then go. And then again, the presentation's there, you just present it. So the training is a little bit to help people learn how to speak in front of someone and do a presentation, but you learn so much, and that's very popular. I try to do as many of those as a volunteer as I can, because again, there's so much information that's out there that people just do not know. What is dementia? So I really do appreciate that organization.
That's awesome. That's great to hear. So we have less than a minute left. One last question. If anyone is interested in having you present seminars, how can they contact you?
Oh, well, you can always reach out to me. I think you'll have my information. So my email, you can email me. You can always call me at my number, 713-826-2731. I do, anytime anyone calls me and says, will you come and present, I'll try to work it into my schedule. So anyone can reach out to me anytime.
Awesome. Thank you again, Liz McNeel, speaker of Houston Senior Living Series and our Good Works Wednesday guest. We'll have your information on the post show. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you. And coming up after a quick commercial break, Andrea and I will return with some news and announcements.
When I grow up, I want to work in a lab to build robots.
From classroom to career, we're with you every step. Register for real-world education at hccs.edu.
That one day at PE when they were like yelling at me, and then you just linked arms with me. I don't think you know how much like that helped me. I finally like knew that I had somebody.
Hi, everyone. We're back to tell you about all of the exciting things we've got coming up before the start of the semester. So first, cosmetology orientation, turn your passion for beauty into a career. HCC Southeast will host another cosmetology orientation to meet its experienced instructors and get enrollment assistance. It's a chance for you, for all students to unleash their creativity and to start a journey toward a successful career in the beauty industry. So it's going to happen from 10 to 11 a.m. on Monday, August the 12th, and it's going to be at the Eastside campus in the Workforce Building. So we'll have more information in our posts after the show. Marisa, and I think that's your campus, but why don't you tell us about the virtual VMAS fair?
Yes, I do live in Southeast. So for our veterans, we're hosting a VMAS virtual fair. This is going to be for students who are on fast track careers. For our veterans and their loved ones and dependents, they can join these virtual events to learn more about how HCC can help them with their career. This session will include information about VA educational benefits, fast track programs, and disability compensation. This will be a virtual event from 11 a.m. to 1 on Tuesday, August 13. And of course, the information to register will be after the show.
Perfect. Thank you. Next, we've got our Coleman Wellness Day for Wellness Month. So August, I didn't know this, is National Wellness Month. So HCC faculty and staff are invited to our Coleman College for Health Sciences for its own Wellness Day celebration. So it's going to be 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Wednesday, August the 14th, and it's going to be in the Coleman Atrium. So again, our post after the show will have all of that information.
Great, thank you. So HCC's new NOW program, which is focused on maintaining balance and earning a degree at the same time. So maintaining balance is key in achieving a student's goal, whether it's work, family, or school. So HCC is helping with the dream of earning a career with the One Now program. So this is specifically designed for part-time students. They can take only one class every 5 weeks to begin their commitment to success and earn an associate's degree. And check out more information after the show.
Perfect, Marisa. Fall registration, I know you know a lot about this, is open right now. But classes are filling up fast. They always do, which is a good thing. So registration for fall semester is going on right now with regular and smaller semesters offered in a variety of programs. So like all of HCC's courses for the summer and fall, they're offered online anytime, online on a schedule. We have hybrid, which is both face-to-face and partial virtual classes. We've got in-person. I always say those are my favorite. Then we've got hybrid lab. So to learn more about HCC's program, start dates, and options to cover costs, go to hccs.edu//apply. So coming up, tomorrow, we'll welcome the team from Teaching and Learning Innovation, which is hosting the upcoming Faculty Symposium to honor those who make a difference in the lives of HCC students. And it will be Thursday, Family Fun Day, followed by Film Friday. Got a busy week. So keep it tuned in right here for the rest of the week. Marisa, it's been great co-hosting with you. Thank you for joining us, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Bye.